kicking up dust on a rick house floor. Charred oak whispers we can't ignore. Stories in the mash, fire in the grain. Raise up your glass, feel that bourbon flame. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the backwoods stills to tonight's big show. Every drop a story, every sip that's drowned. We're bourbon legends, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. From Kentucky hills to the neon lights, we're talking small batch days and whiskey nights. Tasting the past in every pour, gonna carve our names on the distiller's door. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the backwoods stills to tonight's big show. Every drop a story, every sip that's drowned. We're bourbon legends, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. Raise 'em high, feel the fire. Clinking glasses, lifting higher. One more toast to the ones before and the legends we're making forevermore. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the rick house walls to your front row. Every drop a story, every sip a crown. We're bourbon legends, come gather round. Come gather round. Come gather round.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday, March 19th. It's been a big week for some people, especially those Irish people. Celebrated St. Patty's Day 2 days ago. I bet some of you are still recovering. Speaking of recovering, I'm trying to recover from a big bad stomach bug that I had on St. Patrick's Day. So I was throwing up, but for a different reason. Not because of the green beer or the too much corned beef or whatever, but something got me. Anywho, we're trying to get over that. It might take a little bit. I haven't eaten since Monday, so the booze may hit me a little bit harder tonight. But you know what? You got to suck it up sometimes, and that's what I'm going to try to do. Just got a note from our guest tonight that he's leaving baseball, so he's at practice with his son, but that's okay because I've got Roger Randall here who is going to take the show over tonight and run with it.
Come on, Buttercup. Let's smile, turn that frown upside down. Let's go. Whoa.
Roger slept in late today, so he's in a good mood.
When you're retired. This is Roger's Get Healthy Day.
Why do they call it retired? Doesn't that just mean that you will be tired twice? Kind of like refried beans, you refry them twice. If you're tired, you're just tired. If you're retired, you're tired twice.
I'm tired, and retired more often. But it seems like I hurt myself more often now that I'm retired, which is kind of strange. But, hey.
I think that was
a Johnny Cash
song. Wasn't that a Johnny Cash song? I hurt myself today.
I like it.
Oh,
there
Lord.
We go, Justin. Little Ric Flair going on.
I think we probably need to get somebody in here who's just about as depressing as me tonight. Mr. Chill.
Right. Yeah, guys. Hey, you know what? I had a great St. Patty's Day. Went to work. and came home, and we had some corned beef and cabbage with potatoes and carrots. And then my son and I went to the local tavern down the road and played pool with a bunch of drunk guys, and we still lost. So, but I did not drink a Guinness. I had some Blue Moons and a Macallan 12-year. So nothing Irish about that.
Sounds
that's Scottish.
more fun than what I was doing. I was in bed.
Yeah, well, bed came later. So,
And then I got up and
I figured you'd go to the Hot Springs World's Shortest St. Patrick's Day Parade.
you know, we talked about it. We did talk about it, but I just couldn't get away from work soon enough to get down to enjoy those festivities. Because really, you've got to get down there about 3:00 in the afternoon, and start taking all that in. So otherwise, you're stuck way off on the edge and you can't see crap. So,
well, it's only 98 feet long. For anybody that doesn't know, it's a 98-foot parade. Now there is the rest of the route where they have to run the vehicles and the groups to go back to their spaces. But
you want to be on the official parade route. If you're going, you want to be on that world's shortest parade route, the official. I mean, the road's even painted green for the St. Patrick's Day parade. It's like 90 feet, 92 feet,
98 feet.
like that. 88 feet. Anyway,
no, 98 feet.
If I'd have been there, I'd have been inside the Steinkeller restaurant having me a German meal instead of watching the Irish parade right there.
That's a pretty good place to go, Craig. I've been there a few times myself. Excellent food, excellent drinks, and if you get there on the right night, polka music.
Oh, I do like polka music. Polak music there.
Mm-hmm.
We can do that. Now, what's the breakfast place that's in downtown Hot Springs? Since we're going through
the Pancake House.
Oh,
yeah, that's the one that everybody stands in line to get to. But I'm gonna tell you one that's off of the main strip over on Washita Avenue. It's called Best Cafe, and it's just a little bitty cafe in front of an old motel, and they have some very excellent breakfast there.
Oh, is Beth Cook?
Best Cafe. It's at the Best Motel.
Beth's Cafe.
Yeah,
I was going to say sometimes.
Did you say Beth?
Not the same, Roger. Not the same.
Roger's still drinking that crap.
He's proud of that bottle. Hey, let him be proud of something.
I love Beth in a bottle.
Hey, it's a good day to be alive. The Hogs won today.
Who pig?
The sun shining, and I'm getting to hang out with you guys. So.
There you go.
And the weather's warming up. I love how everybody who lives in Texas, there's like, this is how we do it in Texas, or this is how we do it in Ohio. Well, no, it's everywhere, folks. I mean, it was 25 degrees yesterday morning, and Saturday it's going to be 90. Get over it. I mean, that's just the way it is,
Mm-hmm.
Global warming.
Springtime. It's just springtime.
That's right.
Well,
I did see something interesting, though, about springtime. Which state, as of this morning, do you think in the continental United States has had the most tornadoes so far this year?
I'm gonna say.
Now remember,
Indiana.
Texas is a big state. They've got a lot more land mass. So
that's true, but I'm gonna go with maybe Illinois.
Oh, you are right. I think they had 49 tornadoes confirmed so far. Arkansas has had 9.
They've been. It's like Tornado Alley has shifted.
Yeah, I hope it stays in Illinois. Looky here, what Daniel says. How come it's not showing up? Daniel says the weather here has sucked.
Well, he's on a ship in the middle of the ocean.
And the weather has sucked. There's nothing worse than going on a cruise. Well, hold on. There are a few things that are worse than going on a cruise and the weather sucked. You could go on a cruise and try to get in the swimming pool when there's like 50 or 60 kids trying to get in there all at once. Been there and done that. That sucked. I've been drugged on a ship and drunk on a ship and puked all over the ship.
Wait a
That
minute.
sucked.
Did you say you'd been drugged on a ship?
Yes, my wife drugged me.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Fixing to say,
That's
sometimes
something
somebody
for
didn't put
another
something in your
show.
drink,
Well, I mean, I could.
There.
Well, it's a long story, but I mean, I can shorten it. Basically, we went on a cruise. I've had kidney stones, so they've given me, Demerol, which is for, what is it? A painkiller, but it makes you nauseous. So then they give you the Demerol to make you not nauseous. And anyway, I got on the ship the first night and I drank almost a fifth of, I believe it was Jack Daniels. And the ship was really rough that night. And so she gave me Demerol. And I kept getting sicker and sicker, and she kept giving me another dose of Demerol. So the next day, about noon, I was laying on the ground. What?
We thought it was.
They can't hear you, Renee.
Finnegan.
Finnegan is for the
Finnegan.
Yes,
Not
for the
nausea.
sickness, yeah.
And then anyway, I'm on the ship and I'm on the crown, right on I had 1 foot off of the thing I was laid back on, and somebody come and got me, and I got up, and when I did, boy, the whole damn ship was spinning. I went to this unisex bathroom. I think it was a woman. I don't know. I flew the door open. There was a woman sitting on the head there, and I went, bleh. And then I walked across the deck, and there was a bar, and I went bleh, into the bar's in the waste paper basket, and I just kept puking. And then she finally fessed up about 3 or 4 days later, and she says, that night I was giving you Finnegan? And I said, yes. She goes, I was actually giving you Demerol.
So she was making you more nauseous then.
So it's just making me sicker and sicker and sicker. Yeah.
Maybe,
And that story did so good, we dropped from like 14 viewers down to 9. So
yeah, well,
good times.
You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Well, I got to wait for the crowd to get back up because I got to announce, there's only a few short days to my birthday for your shopping days for my birthday. So get your gifts, get them here, get them now.
Yeah, that's right.
You can send all the bottles y'all want to send to Roger in lieu of Craig, and I'll make sure Roger gets them.
Are you starting to do who's the comedian that always played like he was drunk on a Johnny Carson show?
Dean Martin.
Well, Dean Martin did that, yeah, but no, this is another guy.
I know who you're talking about. The dude had a beard.
Foster Brooks.
Foster Brooks. Yeah.
Foster. See, you got it. There you go.
I'll give you another true story. When I was young, growing up, I didn't drink like during high school and stuff, but everybody thought I was drunk because I was a good actor and I could act like I was drunk having a good time. Just like tonight, I'm acting like I'm not having a good time, but I really am. But we're just experimenting here.
Craig sourpuss tonight.
I am a sourpuss tonight. No, I'm telling you, I haven't eaten since like noon. Well, actually, I'm on the Monjaro. You can't tell by looking at me, but I am a diabetic, so they put me on that. I'm one of the few that actually take the shot that don't lose weight. So that's a good thing. So I really haven't eaten since Sunday.
You need a pork chop. That's what you need. A pork chop would make you happy.
Need some protein or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a fried egg or something on top of some bacon. That's what we had for dinner. Had a everything bagel with bacon and a fried egg. Oh yeah.
I wish I was at Old Glory and they had a good breakfast sandwich there when we were there that had a fried egg on top of it and everything. Man, damn, it was good. Hey, Roger, what are we doing Saturday night? And we talked
Saturday
about that.
night. Saturday night. We're on a couples challenge.
Hey, wait a minute.
Are we a couple now? Okay,
we're a couple now.
Wait a minute.
With Doc.
3 of us.
Oh wait, hold on.
Wait a minute. Hey, what's?
We didn't tell you, Will. We got invited to be on this challenge, and we kind of forgot about you. And
So this is just like the samples, right? The oh yeah, we got your samples, Will. You're gonna get your samples. No, yeah, where's no samples for Will? No show for Will. I see how it is. I'm just gonna freaking go. I'm out of here.
well, you know, he is such a diva. I don't know what we're gonna do with him.
Poor guy.
I didn't want to do it anyway. Yeah, the red-headed stepchild.
Red
That is
stepchild, yeah.
absolutely correct.
So we're going to be on Doc's show, and it's some sort of couples challenge with another thing. We'll be on there with the Bourbon School, depending on who's on from the Bourbon School. If it's his wife or if it's his co-host, I don't know who it is. I haven't read who that's going to be, but you have to come over to my house, and we're going to be throwing marshmallows around, ping pong balls. It's going to be fun.
Oh, that sounds fun. And that's on Old Fashioned Ways plus. Martinez show.
Saturday
Now, what time
night,
does
7
that
p.m.
start?
Central Time.
7 Central?
Yep.
Wow.
7
And what time
Central.
do I need to be there? About 7:05?
I
Fashionably
prefer
late.
if you were here earlier, but hey, you do you, and I'll be ready to roll. I'm gonna have to set up cameras. We're gonna have a studio set up upstairs. It's gonna be crazy. Cameras, all kinds of stuff.
James is counting on us to win. I would not count on anything, James.
James, you might lose.
Can you
You
not
might be in
tell-
trouble.
Can you not tell me and Roger are big boys? I don't think we're athletically inclined if we're going to be playing these marshmallow games or something. Here's what was really scary. Roger was telling me earlier that he's going to have to change up the show this week because last week one person had the marshmallow in their mouth and they would have to blow it into the other person's mouth. And I'm like, hold on, I ain't snowballing with Roger. It ain't happening.
Y'all are good friends, but not that good.
No,
it doesn't
I'm not
happen.
no little spoon. I'm not no big spoon.
big spoon,
I'll,
no.
I'll sleep in a closet if I have to. I've done
Yeah,
it
well,
before.
And-
I'll do it.
And you
again.
have.
Yeah.
I have anything to keep my manhood. Let's say. Let me just say that.
Hey, Daniel, since the weather's so bad, that means that you need to be at the bar drinking their bourbon. I'm just saying. You got to turn mountains into molehills.
Daniel Beasley on the ship somewhere out in the Caribbean, and I bet you anything he bought the damn biggest package that you could buy to drink. The drink package.
Oh, of course.
Hey, look who the cat drug in. It's our guest, Anthony.
Hey, there he is.
What's up,
Yay.
guys?
Come on, Anthony.
Just got home from baseball practice, so
It's
I
dark
literally-
outside. It's dark outside. You got lights you put under?
Thankfully, the city does allow and helps us out with lights there, just not turf.
Oh,
No
that
turf?
didn't pass your thing that you were going. If you
It
guys
did
don't
not.
know, Anthony had his son. He was hawking his son out to the government there to try to get the
It's,
city to put AstroTurf so they could play when it rains.
Yeah, we had 6 initiatives that were on the ballot, and everything else passed except the turf for softball, baseball, and soccer. So I'm a little bitter about it. So when
If you move back to Conway, all of our fields have turf.
I know. So I spend all my money when I go to Conway and all the restaurants and gas stations in Conway and Cabot. So
Thank you.
I don't know if anybody watching's proponents of turf or not, but it literally every sporting complex has it now. And Maumelle just thought that kids are going to die of cancer if you let them play on
the
turf. So
I know one thing: if you do fall on the turf, you're more likely to get carpet burned than on a real grass field.
Yeah. You're also more likely to get a major cut on the hard dirt now because it's not managed as well as it used to be back when you had these grounds crews at YBMA and all that literally took care of the turf or dirt real well. It just doesn't happen anymore. But
So
anyways, I got off on that.
It sounds like three. It sounds like 3 against 4 here, against 1. Because me and Will are not in a really great mood tonight either. So Roger was going to carry the show tonight.
Hey, I'm drinking Beth in a bottle. I mean, come on.
Oh, nice.
My day is better now that I have.
Is
Beth
that
in
the
a bottle.
Yellowstone pick?
Of course it is. It's the Yellowstone pick.
Nice.
And I'm pretty sure you distribute that very
That's
product. Am I
yeah,
correct?
that's one of my babies there.
There you go.
That's,
See, these
Will,
guys don't like it.
Will, don't say anything bad about it. That's
Yeah,
I'm not
don't
going
tell
to
it.
baby.
say anything bad about what? About what? I don't know what you're
I
talking
don't
about.
know.
Okay.
So, since
Will
you're
and I are
drinking a
just not
5-star pick,
fans.
I'll drink a 5-star
Oh,
pick. That one's been a few years ago, but that's a pretty good
yeah,
bottle.
that's I remember when you bought that bottle.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
So, Anthony, tell me what else is going on today. I mean, the Razorbacks won very easily
Yeah, that
in
was
the NCAA first round there in Portland, Oregon.
yeah, and thankfully for us in our business, the more reasons to get together Saturday and have a couple drinks sure does help things. So it's a good thing for not only a Razorback fan, but for somebody that's wanting people to consume some this weekend.
So, what time do they play on Saturday?
I don't think they've announced it yet. I literally went from the end of the game to baseball practice and came straight home and jumped on here. So I'm not.
I was going to say Roger and I are going to be on a live broadcast where we're playing stupid human trick games or something. And knowing my luck, it'll be right at 7 when we're doing the show. Is when the Razorbacks.
Yeah, they're going to be shoving marshmallows up each other's nose, with sticks and stuff.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm glad I didn't get invited.
I bet you are.
Suckers.
Well, for you guys that don't know Anthony, and we only have 16 people watching, Anthony, introduce yourself, if you will, and kind of tell everybody a little bit about yourself so we don't have to.
So I'm on the distributor side of the 3-tier system. I think everybody that probably watches y'all shows familiar that there's a supplier, a distributor, which is myself, and then the retail outlets, whether it be an on or off premise account that sell this great liquid brown water that we're consuming. I stumbled upon the industry. I thought I was going to be on TV and stuff out of college and realized that that's really not.
Well, you are on TV. You're just on a
I'm just doing something
now.
different. So I kind of fell in the industry, but I consider myself a rookie still. But I think I'm at my close to 20th year doing it, or real close to that.
They'll give you a gold watch after 21, I think.
Man, I sure hope so. But no, I'm very fortunate to represent a lot of great distilleries at Central Moon in Arkansas, and I love the industry. It's got some big headwinds right now, but it's a fun business to be in, as you guys know, and it's a fun thing to do. And socially, it's a big part of our culture and lifestyle every day. So it's fun to sell it, and it's fun to consume it. But yeah, I've been working for the Hastings at Central Moon now for 12 or 13 years, and fortunate enough to represent both portfolios with Central Moon that makes up a big majority of the overall bourbon business in the state of Arkansas. So very fortunate to represent the brands I represent, and obviously acquire some new ones sometimes here and there, which is one of the cool things about this week. We acquired a really cool distillery out of Bardstown that we're actually kicking off with the sales team tomorrow. It's been in market this week, but
breaking news.
I mean, it's not necessarily breaking news because our sales reps and the distillery has been in town selling it this week. But Preservation Distillery is going to be in Arkansas officially as of tomorrow, and some this week already. So
nice.
I've been there, thankfully, and been to a lot of cool distilleries over the course of my career, and it's true farm to table style distillery that's very niche boutique style distillery that has some extremely good juice that if your pockets are deep enough, you'll be fortunate enough to find some this week and next week as we get it in the market. But it is some more expensive stuff, but it's phenomenal stuff. So really excited to have it.
A lot of our viewers, and I don't know who all is on here watching right now. I know Daniel is he's out in the Caribbean right now. He is a big fan of Immaculata, or as he calls it, Immaculato. And
there's some of that sold this week, and you should be able to find some this weekend if you want to go buy some.
Maybe I may have been the one that got him hooked on the Immaculato. It is.
Well-
It is
Craig
really
likes
good. It is really good juice. Like you said, it's not cheap, but it is. It is damn good juice, in my opinion.
Yeah, and some history of the distillery. They're the only in Bardstown right now. They're only 100% copper pot still distillery that's still intact. That's not doing, some column and they're very unique to their craft and don't plan on changing it. So a lot of the stuff is it's just really phenomenal. I'm actually drinking this Cock of the Walk. It's a sample bottle. Usually when we get new brands, I was telling Craig, we get samples and pull them, but because we got such limited quantities, we actually got some full true blown 200 milliliters for samples. And the sales team doesn't even actually have bottles of it. We're luckily going to get to taste all of them tomorrow, but our retailers will be tasting out of the small samples just because we want to sell everything we have. But they've got about 10 to 12 offerings that we're going to have in market. Basically until we run out, and it'll be something that's ready available hopefully for the next many years in Arkansas. So
That's good. I won't have to drive over to Memphis or to Bardstown to get a bottle. I know.
yeah,
I know my buddy over there and your buddy Sam at 5 Star. He's basically the same price as if you go to the distillery. I think it was $9 more for the Immaculata. Immaculata. So
yeah, typically the distillery doesn't want to undercut their retailers, so they're usually priced with pretty competitively with the trade. But yeah, we're excited to have it, and for those of you that want to try something new and want to taste some new juice from a new distillery that hasn't been here, ask for the funny thing is a lot of people that are learning about it, the very few marks are actually called preservation. They've got a lot of different labels that are under the preservation distillery name, if you will.
Virio Saint Nick.
Yeah.
The winter. What's the winter maple?
Old man winter.
Old man winter.
Maple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll see in the next couple months some single barrels and stuff from their portfolio. So keep an eye out for that. We've got some barrel picks coming, and I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but in the next 60 to 90 days, you'll have some of those available too. So, but yeah, we're excited to have it.
They're not going to be cheap either, though, I'd imagine.
They're probably going to be. It depends on which one it is. But yeah, I would say most of them are going to be around the 150-ish price point, which I know is. I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow, but it's a special kind of occasion drink. It's for those of you that like to consume, nicer stuff throughout the week, and when it's not special occasions, it's good for that too. But even for myself, I don't, if it's $150, $200, I try to keep it as a time that I'm really enjoying it.
So there was a one that Craig mentioned. What was it, Craig? The top end one that you mentioned that they had.
Oh, the one that's in a 375, Roger.
Yeah.
What is that? The Trinity? Is that the Triton Trinity? I can't remember what it was.
I thought the 375 was the Immaculata.
No. The Immaculata is one. Immaculata is the one that's $259 is the price. Let me see if I can find what.
Anyway,
of course, I know everybody's going to put a different price tag on it. I guess.
I'm trying to think of which one it is.
There's one that comes in a three.
Nirvana.
Nirvana. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got some of that as well.
So what is the history on it? What is Nirvana? Do you know what that is, or is it just old juice that they put?
I'm pretty for sure the big take on it is it's super old juice. Don't quote me on this, but I want to say it's like 18 to 20. I was hoping to get some. Yeah, and that's for those of y'all that know the background too of preservation. The person who owns it, her first name's Marcy, and she helped design and actually did design some of the Pappy Van Winkle labels way back in the day, and a lot of their old juice that they're putting in some of these 18 to 20 years is old Stitzelweller. I don't know if that's supposed to be mentioned or not, but I guess you get an inside look at it here for me. But
Well,
yeah,
it kind of depends on who you talk to. I've heard rumors even that Immaculata has some of that in it.
yeah.
And then I've talked to people and they said it doesn't. And I don't care what's in it. It's just good. That's all I know.
So
Now,
are they,
another SKU that they're running is the oh gosh, help me out here, Roger. You like it? The it's not Rare Perfection. What is it called?
Yeah, Rare Perfection, the 15
Is
and
it-
the or the
Yeah,
It's rare. So
Rare
we've got the
Yeah,
14
yeah.
and 15-year Rare
14
Perfection.
and the 15 Rare Perfection. Yeah.
Yeah,
And they're
I wanted
actually
to say rare character, but it's not Rare Perfection.
No.
yeah, and there's actually going to be hopefully a 10 and 20 in the near future, from what I understand, that we're going to get. So I don't know if that's down the road months or weeks, but there's the 14 and 15-year that'll be available right now.
If I remember right, they're probably around the 150 range or something like that. And
so
Yeah,
for-
the 14 year is going to be around 179, and then the 15's about a couple hundred.
yeah.
So what are they doing? They're blending their own distillate with other older juice. Is that what they're kind of doing then? Is that kind of how that works?
I don't think they're going to go on record, but they are distilling a lot of they're laying down whiskey right now, but they've obviously not been in business for 20 years, so there's
Yeah.
something out there that they're getting. And
Well, when I did the tour there, basically what I was told was that, she was in the wine business, right?
well, just
And
the
I don't-
label making business in general.
Okay.
But yeah, wine and spirits.
But she did buy out a bunch of old stock
Mhm.
and put it into stainless steel vats.
Well,
and
but
then they
the
were
thing
using that
is,
to bottle.
I mean, obviously they've got a good palate to be able to blend or whatever they're doing to pick those barrels to bottle up into these products, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing something right for sure.
Yeah. The cool thing is when you drop them into those stainless steel vats, it stops aging at that point. It's 20-year juice in a steel vat that could be sitting there for 10, 15 years, because that's what Heaven Hill does with their VVS products.
Mhm.
Their VVS, their 13-year VVS was 23 years old, but it was 13-year juice because when they put it in there, it was 10 years ago. They put it in a steel tote
Yeah.
and left it there for 10 years and then finally put it out. And that's just amazing. And then there's still a lot of that juice out there, hopefully running around. That's what kicks up the cost. I mean, that'll kick up the cost big
Yeah.
time because you're hanging on to it for so long.
And we touched on this earlier, but one of their big hanging points is every batch that they actually distill now are usually like 1 to 3 barrel batches, and they only do a couple of those a day, from what I understand. So everything that's being laid down right now is super, micro distilling, which is what we see with a lot of these smaller places. But what's cool about, I think, Preservation is that they're in the Napa Valley, as we call it for bourbon, but they're still kind of staying true to their craft and be a niche, which, I can appreciate. When you got people like Bardstown and Heaven Hill, which are 2 great distilleries that we represent, that are no telling laying down how many barrels a day or producing how many barrels a day, it's still cool to have somebody there in that region that's kind of staying true and small to their craft. And that's one of the reasons that really made us want to get it and bring it to Arkansas. So pretty pumped to have it.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
excited.
when we did our tour there, the guy that was leading our tour said they were going to be putting out 250 barrels that day.
At
That was the
Preservation?
production at
No.
Bardstown
At
Bourbon
Bardstown.
Company.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say that's
200,
told
and
you
in
that at
fact,
Preservation.
some of those barrels were going to end up being Rocktown rice whiskey that they had brought up there to distill. So it's like Bardstown does a ton of different stuff. I know that I'm wearing my Green River hat tonight.
Yeah.
They've had some issues over the last week, and people have been speculating on what's going on or anything like that. But a lot of it's a private equity firm that owns them, and they're just trying to readjust assets so they can, build capital. That's how it works when you're playing with it. But The distillery is fine. It's going to be fine, and it's going to still be pumping out some good bourbon for a while. In fact, they have a new one out, which is called a Toasted. Did you see that one, Craig?
Green River Toasted? No, I haven't.
Yeah, I saw somebody
There's
posted
Green
the
River
label
Toasted.
earlier.
I'm
Yeah.
really bad. I'm like I said, I was really bad this week. I haven't done much research. I didn't even make questions up for Anthony. I just said, hey, we're going to wing it tonight. Anthony, tell us some of the brands that you actually represent, bourbon wise or rye whiskey wise. That's hard to say. Say that 3 times in a row. Rye whiskey wise.
Rye
So
whiskey wise.
there's this brand called Pappy Van Winkle that we sell that one. Unfortunately, that one's a interesting one. No, but
Yeah,
we
I'm still
represent.
waiting for Santa Claus to get one of those one day.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I've been fortunate enough to work there for 12 or 13 years, and I don't. It's not even worth having for myself because that's one more customer I can make happy. So, unfortunately, I don't keep any in my cabinet either. No, but we carry pretty much all of Heaven Hills whiskeys, most of Sazerac stuff outside of Weller, Diageo, Maker's Mark, Jim Beam brands, not Jim Beam White Label, but have Luxco, which is the Yellowstone you're drinking, and I'm trying to think. There's a lot. We've got some bottom shelf bourbons and stuff, but most of the stuff that outside of Brown Foreman and some of the I guess they've real smaller boutique style distilleries. We carry a majority of them. So I don't know. You could probably name a brand. I could say yes or no if it's us. Green River
Jim
and
Beam?
Bardstown, obviously, were Jim Beam White Label. No, but we carry Maker's Mark and Old Granddad from that portfolio. Which, by the way, I think last time we talked about this on the podcast or on y'all's show. But Granddad 114, man, that stuff it's blowing up. It's going really well lately, and a lot of people have found it, which is cool.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's been around
It's
here.
been a great brand, but I think the general consumer's finding it now versus the people who were very aware of it. I'll say 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's a great bottle that we carry. But yeah, I've got a lot of really cool bourbons right now. We talked about this too a little last time we were on the show, and bourbon has definitely slowed down pretty drastically and hit the skids a little bit, but still very big part of the business. And people are really just going towards tequila and RTDs right now. But there's still a big base of bourbon lovers out there, thankfully. But it's different. It's different than it was 2 or 3 years ago. That's for sure.
Me and Roger were just talking about this, and on this show here, we usually try to stay more positive than negative.
I'm with that.
A man could go down this rabbit hole, and just keep going. But just like, let's just speculate, okay? You have all these distilleries that's going to have a lot of juice because in the years past, they have upped their production. They've got a lot of older distillate that's setting in rick houses. What's your take on it? Are we going to see, as a consumer, are we going to see more whiskey out there, which would mean if there's more whiskey, it's probably going to be, a better for the consumer, as far as not having to have such rarities, like, in other words, we'll just use Weller 107.
I
at
know.
the distillery, it's in their regular rotation now as 107, which before, was a $150, $200 bottle if you could find it somewhere. Are we going to see more of that, or are these distilleries going to hold on to it, and then we're going to see when the next boom hits a lot more Pappy Van Winkle product, if you will, ultra premium, 20-year stuff? What's your take on that?
Well, I think you're already seeing it, or you should be already seeing it. There's a lot more availability on I'll say a lot of the harder to stuff find that's kind of middle tier. I don't think brands like Pappy and some of the super high end stuff are ever going to change their course because the demand is still there. But the Buffalo Traces of the world, the Sazerac, the Weller, all that stuff, you should be noticing it right now being way more readily available than it was a year ago. And I mean, it's general. We talked about this a little bit last time too. It's general economics. The more juice that's laid down, it's like the more anything that's available. Costs go down, production goes down, and there's more readily available, which means prices go down. We've seen a plethora of price decreases in the last 6 months because distilleries are trying to move through product. But I mean, and y'all also saw that, Jim Beam shut down a whole plant based on either remodeling or what most of us understand is they don't need the production right now. So the long answer is, yeah, absolutely. You should be seeing it already with availability with things that are open now that are way more accessible than they were a year ago. And I think you're going to continue to see that because the market for not only bourbon, but just general spirits right now is off versus where we were 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when everybody was laying down whiskey in droves and really betting on the come. And now it's just got to a point where there's way too much juice out there. And that's why you're going to start seeing a lot of older juice that's cheaper. And then the juice that's the mainstream 4 to 6 year stuff that's going to go down in price and be more available too. We're already seeing that right now. So I'm not really being Nostradamus and predicting the future. It's kind of already happening right now.
That's kind of a rarity in the country we live in because usually things don't go down in price. They either stay the same or they keep going up. Just look at gas right now.
Yeah, if you look at there's actually something fun to Google. If you look at, it's kind of like pizza prices. Like the cost of a pizza has stayed basically the same for 20 or 30 years. A lot of the mainstream like lower shelf bourbon and middle tier bourbon has stayed within single digit percentage points versus houses and everything else, clothes, cars, all that. Whiskey and spirits have kind of held their own as far as percentage points, staying in that general ballpark and hasn't really escalated a lot. But yeah, we just took a price decrease on Bullet. Maker's Mark has gone down. A lot of the stuff that's mainstream is trying to get back into growth mode because of business being off. And that's kind of what you see when sales stop with anything. If cars stop selling, people start getting discounts on them. And that's just where we're at with whiskey right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw I actually bought it, a barrel batch 35 that was on a clearance rack yesterday.
Yeah, and that's no secret either. Single barrels have been not. I know you weren't talking about a single barrel, but single barrels have also been. The single barrel market has changed drastically too. A store used to get it and sell out in 2 days, and now they're sitting on it for a month or whatever, or sometimes longer.
So is that bad news for groups like us that are wanting to do?
No, I think it's good.
Is that a better opportunity?
I think it's better news because if you're wanting to go get barrels, you're going to have access to way more barrels because of the slowdown. So that's good news for you guys.
But it's bad news. It's bad news if you're trying to do a collab with somebody, say for instance, 5-star, if you will. Because then if they're going to go in with you, then, I guess that would be kind of a twofold win because they're guaranteed a certain amount that they would sell as opposed to having to set on it all on their own. But
yeah, they're just going to be, everybody's going to be a little more hesitant to purchase just based on the fact that it hasn't been going as quick as it has in the past. Now, there's still certain barrels out there that are obviously going to sell really well no matter what. But for the most part, we were seeing pretty much every brand that was hitting the stores with single barrels that were selling out really quickly. That's just not the case anymore, unfortunately. But our business is going to go in ebbs and flows, and we might be on the show in 5 years and be talking about how bourbons are like it was back in 23 and 2029 or 2030. So you never know.
Yeah,
it's always gonna fluctuate. And I mean, you sent me that little insider info, from what's his name, Roger?
Mark Brown.
Yeah, Mark Brown every day. And I mean, this has been coming for a year.
Yeah.
The ready to drink products, the THC products, just general people wanting to do fitness and be more healthy. And then the thing that always got me, and I never really thought of it, but so many people are on the the shot that it curbs your appetite, and you just don't want to drink. They even say for smoking, it helps people curb their addictive personalities. I mean, I'm on it. I haven't eaten all week, and it's not because I was sick all week. I mean, I'm also on the shot, so I just don't eat as much.
I'm gonna bring you.
Unfortunately, I don't lose any weight when I'm on the shot.
So, Anthony, I want to go a little bit different route. You've been working in the business 20 years, you said. What has been the most interesting part of your job over the last 20 years?
I guess just seeing how the market's changed and evolved, and you kind of wake up every day and wonder how it's going to change that day. But just being a part of it for as long as I have, I've gotten to see a lot of really different market swings. But I don't know. I think COVID, honestly, and I hate even saying COVID and pandemic and all that shit just because it's so played out. But for me, that was probably the most interesting part of my career, just because we saw just a massive influx in business and people that came to alcohol basically to get through that. And so it was a really high time for us as distributors and suppliers, even in the business. You always want people to drink and consume in moderation and be healthy, but it was like a time period where everybody was just kind of going ballistic. So that was definitely the most interesting part of my career. But outside of that, just being in the industry and kind of seeing trends come and go. Back early on in my tenure, beer was a big thing, craft beer. And then it was Moscato and sweet wine. And then it was really the bourbon and COVID pandemic, where you couldn't keep anything that was $200 or $300 a bottle because everybody was buying expensive alcohol, expensive bourbon. And now, a lot of things for me, I like being in the business when it's challenging. And right now I try to be glass half full kind of guy. And a lot of the ways that we do good at our job is when things aren't going great and trying to figure out how to gain market share and do better. It's almost like playing with a Moneyball style baseball team. You try to make the most out of what you got and what's in front of you. And that's kind of where we're at now. So that's fun. That's a fun part of the business too, is just trying to do better in a down market. But I don't know, just seeing the trends and being part of, our business is always part of culture. You go to a party, people have alcohol, you talk about it, talk about what's new. So it's always been fun just to discuss that. But I mean, overall, it's a sales job. So I always say if we're selling paper, alcohol, we're still trying to sell more than we sold last year. So it's fun that we're getting to sell booze and not paper. But overall, it's a real fun business to be in, and I'm thankful I found it. I kind of stumbled on it, but it's been fun. But yeah, seeing the trends and seeing different stuff happen over the years has just been, I'd say, the highlight of it, and watching general consumers change what they're drinking and what's popular. So that's hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I want to follow up. You talked about trends coming and going. What's trend
next?
Well, no, not what's next. Not what's next. What trend do you want to see come in, and what trend you wish would go away?
So
I'm asking the hard questions.
Yeah, so I mean, the trend that's real popular right now is RTDs, and a case of High Noon versus a case of whiskey is, and we don't sell High Noon, but that's just an example for your audience that knows really popular RTDs. But for distributors, a case of High Noon's, I don't know, $50 or $60, and a case of whiskey's $300. So the consumer that's drinking that versus whiskey from a revenue standpoint is not very beneficial. I mean, we're glad to we have a lot of great RTDs, and we sell a lot of RTDs, and I don't want anything to go away, because that takes away from our business. But you'd like to see that go back to spirits and more vodka and more tequila, more rum, more whiskey. What was the other part of your question? What would I like to see come?
Yeah, what trend would you like to see start? A new trend or something you'd like to see take off?
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a whore, so I want revenue and high dollars. So Scotch high-end tequila, that sort of stuff would be more beneficial to us as distributors. But it's also really a lot of that stuff that's high priced is very unique with single malt scotch or high-end extra añejo tequila. I'd love to see that happen, but I really think that consumer is not really, that's not something that's going to happen when we're in the economy in the world we're in right now where everything's super expensive. But um, I'd love to see more premium stuff hit versus people buying RTDs. But I'm thankful for the RT business because we've got a lot of great RTDs too. But that's something that's definitely dipping into spirit sales. I mean, people, instead of buying a half gallon of vodka or whiskey, they're buying a 8-pack of High Noon and some beer and calling it good. So
You think it's just because it's easy?
Not the Bourbon
just-
Legends.
yeah, I know you guys aren't.
No. Well, I can tell you this: the problem that we ran into with RTDs lately is they've made them better.
Yeah, that's true.
Which hurts. Which hurts you because, I mean, some of the old-fashioned RTDs that are out there,
yeah, we just kicked off.
Are really good. I mean,
We just kicked off Bullet RTDs this week, and they're phenomenal. I mean, you put them over a glass of ice, and they're amazing. It tastes like you had an old fashioned at the bar.
Yeah, I got a bottle of the 1792 old fashioned. It's in a little 200 milliliter bottle, and it's just a great little pour. You drop a cube, pour it in, and you're done. You can add a cherry if you'd like, and you're done. And I think that's where you're running into with the younger folks. How's I say? It isn't lazy. It's just easier because they don't have to make a whole old fashioned. It's convenient.
Yeah,
They don't have to measure out all the different things. You can have all the different components. They might have a thing of cherries and a thing of their old fashioned mix. Pour it in a glass, drop a cube in, boom, and they're done.
Yeah, and that's a really good point because that has been something that wasn't available 5 or 6 years ago, and now it is.
Yeah, and the quality's better, but again, you can always play with it like we do with old fashions and adding other things to it. But not everybody's geeky as us. So
that's right.
Well,
so Tony had a question.
Not to interrupt you guys, but Tony has I think a pretty good question here.
That's a great question, Tony. Tariffs have definitely been a benefactor, or not a benefactor, but a deterrent in our business. Thankfully, a lot of our imported stuff, the importers or the distilleries in Europe or overseas have taken a lot of the tariffs on themselves. We've been fortunate not to have a lot of our products per se super impacted by it, but you see it a lot in like commodity vodkas and stuff that are imported. A lot of our domestic goods obviously haven't been affected a lot, but I think the narrative, it depends on who you ask and who you read. You know, the narrative was Jim Beam shut down because of the tariffs and everything, and that might be true to a certain extent, but I think a lot of the reason for that was specifically business. But yeah, tariffs on everything that's imported, because there's a lot of glass and a lot of the actual manufactured goods that are imported into the U.S. for spirits or are used in our industry come from overseas. So yeah, it's definitely hurt, and it's definitely made some of the prices go up. But if you try to put a percentage on why our business is hurting, if there was a 10% clip on our business in the last 6 months, I'd say 2% of it was tariff related, and 8% of it was the headwinds that Craig talked about with Ozempic and marijuana and people just basically wanting to get healthy. So I think it's a very small percent of the headwinds, the tariff talk. But yeah, we'd love to see it go away. But at the same time, to Craig's point earlier, a lot of these things, if you remember, there was tariffs on scotch and stuff a few years ago, and a lot of those distilleries, when they release the tariffs, they end up just staying the same price. So unfortunately, if we do get rid of some of the tariffs, some people might try to stay with what they had and just roll the dice. But
when you get used to paying a certain amount for whatever it is, and you're willing to pay for it now, good chance are you're going to be
pay for it again. Yeah.
Hey, we can talk about, if you want to talk about economics. I mean, hell, I can remember a couple of years ago going to McDonald's for breakfast and getting a egg McMuffin and a hash brown and being out of there for like $3.
Yeah.
Try to do
$6,
it now.
$7 now. Yeah.
Yeah. You remember when you used to go to the beach, Anthony, and you'd have to like stop and buy your kids food at McDonald's, and you could buy for a family of 4, you could be out of there for $20, and now
Heck
it's like
yeah.
$50. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell? You know?
No, but tariffs have been fun to deal with from a wholesaler standpoint, just in the sense of kind of having to be, you got to kind of turn on a dime when something happens and get everything priced correctly. But ultimately, it's a small reason. It's a small reason why our business has been hurt recently. But overall, I think it's just the general consumer has changed. But
I want to ask about the THC drinks. They're not in Arkansas. Is that correct?
that's
Or
correct.
are
As of July of 2025, they were officially banned, and we represented some. And we're doing well with them. There's definitely a market for it. It's still
Why was it
available in a lot of
banned?
other
Was
markets.
it the state of Arkansas that did that, or
Yes, it was a state.
Yep.
so
So you
you
can
can
get
go
it
to
in
Mem-
Missouri.
So you
You
can.
can get
I've
it
never
in
understood
Oklahoma.
this. You can get them in Memphis, can you not?
Yes.
Yeah, so the farm bill that these were Delta 9 and Delta 8, I believe, products. They weren't full blown. I mean, they had THC in them, obviously, but it's trace amounts, but it still basically had the same effects. The federal farm bill is still legal. So you can still go. States have regulated it to make sure certain ounces or certain servings or a certain limit, but Arkansas banned it altogether. So
Mm.
I don't know. It's hard to comment on that because I know there weren't enough regulations in place when we had it, but there's also a market for it and the consumer wants it, and it's kind of how prohibition happened. I mean, the consumer wanted alcohol and they figured out how to regulate it, tax it. And I think Arkansas, I'd love to see it come back, not just because I'm in the industry, because I know it actually benefited a lot of people that were either trying to not drink alcohol or, whether it be used as sleep meds or something to help calm anxiety or whatever. It really helped. And
I'm really dumb on the whole THC thing. Drinkables, or I guess you would call them edibles, I guess. But is there any scientific proof that those are actually more beneficial to your health than drinking alcohol? I don't have a clue.
I'm
Does
not
anybody know?
I don't know. I don't have a clue, but I do know that I would venture to say they're not as harmful for you from a standpoint of consuming a ton of alcohol. I think a lot of people would use it as a way to get their evening started and then maybe have less alcohol consumption. But at the same time, I'm not a scientist or biologist that would be
See,
able to tell you if that's
I
bad
would
for your body or
love to
not.
get
But
somebody on this show that actually deals in that. That would be a great show topic, I think.
yeah, I'm not your huckleberry on that. I
Yeah,
knew
I
how to
hear you.
sell them. But yeah, Tracy, yes, you will. Tracy, you will 100% fail a drug test if you were to drink them.
So you drink them and you would fail it, huh? Okay, that's good to know.
100%. There are
I had no
it
clue.
does have THC. The Delta products do have THC in them, and you would fail a drug test.
Huh.
I do know that. Not not because it's personal, but when we sold them, we had to make everybody aware that consumed them that if you did consume it, it does have THC in it and trace amounts. So
Interesting. Anybody else have a good question they want to ask?
Well, we got Anthony here, but Anthony, what's going to be in my next pour? What can I do to support you? What product should I
well,
go to and grab
I'm on
one?
my cell phone, which is down to 9% battery, but I can't really see behind you that well. Give me some
Well, I get
options.
there's more over there. It's all kinds of stuff. So you just pick something out of your brand, and I'll pull it. I'm drinking Yellowstone to support you. So
Bu- 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 I don't know. Do you have any uncut, unfiltered back there? That's kind of my go-to pour. Smoke
yes,
wagon. Yeah,
smoke
that's a good
wagon,
one.
definitely. Hold on, I'll be back.
Okay.
You guys keep him happy. I'll go get the bottle.
How is Aaron? Do you have any
I
anything
haven't
coming
talked
up
to
with him?
I haven't talked to him in a little bit. They partnered up with Shaw Ross, so we have a representative that kind of deal with them. Obviously, still friends with them, and I think he's still out doing what he's doing and rocking and rolling in Vegas. But no trips planned to Arkansas as of right now, to my knowledge. But would love to have him back in the state and do some stuff. Yeah, that's my go-to. Unfortunately, I drank way too much of it when it first came out, so I have to kind of ease myself off of the 120, 130 proof stuff now.
This is 188 batch 188D.
Oh, nice.
2023. So this is a little bit older. So
yeah,
I got a few bottles of it around here.
I know, Anthony, you're going to have to come over when I get my speakeasy done. I'm almost through, and I didn't realize how many damn smoke wagons I had until I started categorizing and putting up in my shelves. And I'm like, hell, it looks like a liquor store here. I've got so many smoke wagons.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
the best thing you can do, though, is drink them and go buy more, though.
I hear you. I hear you.
Well, see what Craig does.
drinking,
He
not
drinks a
collecting.
little bit and then goes buy more anyway. So,
Yeah.
you're safe.
That's true. That's true. When I started putting all my collection up or whatever, I started realizing, damn, I've spent a lot of money. I got a lot of unopened bottles I need to crack open.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do it.
Share them with your buddies.
I will.
Well,
you have to have a crawfish boil or something. And
open.
Have
some
you
bottles.
Have you had crawfish this year yet?
I've been to eat my catfish 3 or 4 times, and then I've cooked them once at the house, and I got a sack just for really my sister and brother-in-law and my wife and my 2 kids that can almost eat me out of a house and home with crawfish. And we bought a 30-pound sack, and I had about 10 or 12 pounds of deads in it, so I didn't get to really eat as much as I wanted. And we're busy every weekend, so I might have 1 or 2 more this year. But I've not done a big bowl yet. But
I've yet to have any. I've yet to do any. I still there's just something about I can't pay over $3 a pound. It's just,
I paid $4 a pound when I bought that sack, and thankfully, where I got them from said they'd give me 10 pounds next time I go buy some, so I won't out them on the show. But thankfully, they're making it right.
There you go.
But no, I should have started the show with thanks for having me on, and thank you guys for being so passionate about bourbon, and thanks for supporting Central Moon and our products that we sell and having me on. I really appreciate it, and thankful
we love having you on. I like just shooting the shit with you.
Yeah, it's fun stuff to talk about. I know a lot of people that sell all kinds of stuff, and it's always interesting to talk about alcohol and the spirits business. So I'm thankful to be in it, but thankful for you guys that want to drink it too, and continue to drink it and tell your friends about it, and help us get more stuff, awesome stuff in Arkansas, like preservation and some of the things we've been able to get over the last 10 or 12 years. So
yeah, I'm really glad. Will this preservation, will it be like a shelfer product, or is it just going to be more?
It should be. It should be. Not saying anything negative about our retailers, but since COVID, there's still like some fatigue of knowing whether or not they're able to do that, and it's not their fault. It's not our fault. It's not. It's just one of those things that's hard to determine, and we've gone out and really tried to tell them to get it on the shelf. But they're business people. They know if it's in rarity or scarcity, they might try to put it behind the counter, and that's fine too. But hopefully the general consumer will realize that it's available.
But it is available.
Yeah, it's available.
Like, if your retailer doesn't carry it, they should be able to get it.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're getting enough product to where if anybody wants it, they can get it. And it might not be the first PO.
I'm stoked because I've had to get all of mine either at Bardstown at Preservation or over in Memphis.
Yeah, you should be able to, wherever you guys shop, ask them for it, and they should be able to get it next week. And if we run out, we'll get more.
107 Liquor.
I think he went by there. Yeah, I'm pretty for sure he went by there either yesterday or today. So it should have some.
John was looking for more what is it? Our rice whiskey out of JT Melick.
JT,
He said you guys are out of the
high proof,
out of the full proof. Yeah. So I know they've got a new distributor. So not to, we've been talking with, we had talked with the owner of JT Mellick earlier this year, and then we talked with the distributor. Me and Craig did, and we've got a couple of people that are kind of fired up and maybe kind of go into the market and kind of relaunch it a little bit with the market.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got a new girl that's coming in and going to do tastings and kind of be in the market a little more. She's awesome. That's another brand that's kind of near and dear to my heart. I really like their story. Been down there before, and hopefully we can do some more business with them in the future. So
yeah, we
it's
need
a great
to,
product.
we need to do a single barrel, if not just for us, but for some of us.
Yeah,
need,
for sure.
need the boot number 2 or something.
Yeah, boot
Yeah.
2.
Boot 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the boot was good.
But
well, tell me, you're a Cardinal fan, right? You ready for the beginning of baseball season?
Yeah, 6 days.
Can you believe it? It's already here. Man, I'm a Cub fan. I don't know why we should even.
I respect the Cubs.
Cubs and Cardinal fan. Now you go to the game. Your son plays on a travel team, right?
Well, you could call it a travel team. I like to call it a tournament team. We really don't travel. We go to Cabot and Conway and all that.
Oh, really? I thought you. Oh, your daughter is more of the.
My daughter's on a travel cheer. They call it elite cheer, and we basically go everywhere over the U.S. If you look on my weather app right now, none of the forecasts are for Arkansas. So, thankfully, business is still good enough that we can do that.
That's why you're gone every weekend. Yeah,
that's correct.
Kids that are always wanting to play ball or
correct.
Cheer, it takes all your time up.
Yeah, I'm thankful we're in the stage we're at, though. It's fun.
Yeah, well, you're a good dad.
I appreciate it.
I can attest to that. I've seen you get frustrated as hell with them, and you want to knock their head off. But
yeah,
I yelled. Do it.
Yeah, I yelled at my son tonight at baseball, and I already feel bad about it. I hadn't had a chance to really apologize. I apologized to him earlier, but it wasn't one of my brightest moments. But it's fun to do it, and I love watching them compete at their sports. So it's fun.
Well,
just like everybody. Somebody has a bad day, and sometimes you have a good day, and you never know with a kid. Kid can roll into a game and be just sitting there and be like, "Oh, I don't want to do this tonight, Dad." And and you got to recognize it. Oh, hey, it's just a bad day, and move on. But
that's how
his son is very competitive. You ought to see him when they go hunting, and he out hunts Anthony.
Yeah, I don't even know.
How old is he now? How old is he?
He's turning 10 on Tuesday. And
man, 10 years old. Seems like I've known him my whole life.
Yeah, he's getting bigger. So I don't shoot deer anymore. He shoots them for me.
There you go. And
there you go.
You probably peel his crawfish too, don't you?
No, they do it all on their own now. They eat me out of that. It sucks because usually you could keep it for myself, but now I've got to factor them in when we buy it. So
I understand completely. I loved it when it's like it's too hot, it's too hard to peel, and I'm like, that's fine.
Let me eat.
And then all of a sudden, one day they're like, I really like those. Can we have them? And then next thing you know, you're eating like the hot dogs and the sausages that you throw in there because that's the only meat that's left. Because they're all in there just doing that.
We had a boil at work a couple of weeks back, and man, it was just great. The guy that cooked them did a great job, and he put mushrooms and corn and sausage and potatoes and all that stuff in there, and it was awesome. I loved it.
Y'all are making me hungry now.
So we need to have a crawfish boil at your house, Craig.
We're gonna get you a pork chop.
We do. Hey, you know what? I could open this speakeasy and have a crawfish boil at the same time.
There you go.
I think that might be something coming down the pipe.
Anthony,
before we let you go, do you have anything coming down the pipe that
I told you guys about what we've got going on this week. Pretty much past that, we'll kind of just see how things go. We're getting geared up for summertime and RTD season now, so we'll keep on.
Everybody take to the lake.
But no, I really do appreciate you guys having me on, and I appreciate the interest. It's fun to talk to people that care about our business, and we really like to. I'm a big fan of all the brands that are available in Arkansas. We always say don't bash a brand because you might be selling it one day, and I've been around long enough to know that that's always going to happen in our industry. So we've got a lot of really cool brands and suppliers in the state of Arkansas. But we can't do it without you guys, our consumers. So we appreciate consuming the product, talking about the product. If there's anything we can do for you guys, let us know. But I feel like I've always been somewhat helpful to try to answer questions and do stuff for the consumer and try to make some stuff available if it's out there. And if you guys know anybody who wants to go get educated and see some distilleries and stuff in Kentucky, let us know and we'll try to link everybody up. But it's a fun business to be in, and I'm thankful for the Bourbon Legends for having me on. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go try to be what Craig said, a good dad, and tuck my kids into bed before it gets too late.
There you
Hear
go.
you.
I
Thanks,
was going to
Anthony.
ask
talking with
another
you,
question or
Anthony.
two, but you got to go be dad. So
Well, hey, y'all have a great weekend. Find some preservation in the stores and have one for me. And cheers, guys.
Will do.
Cheers.
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 All right. See
See
y'all.
you, Anthony.
All right. See ya.
Thanks. Hey, that's interesting. Preservation coming to Arkansas. That's pretty cool. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I may
you
have
didn't
to,
even give me inside info on that, guys. Jeez.
See.
I may have to get a hold of.
But you know
Sam
who
and
gave you
get a
inside
bottle.
info? Who gave you inside info? One of our favorite stores. Let you know.
Yeah,
about
they
it.
did. They did. They did.
Sam Rad at 5 Star.
Five-star liquor.
And I can tell you
My-
this, John Crow at 107 Liquors
107 liquor.
is a great guy. You walk in, he'll know your name, he'll talk to you. I put a post up on a couple of Facebook posts and about what he had available this week. He puts it all out there at retail on his little center barrel. You just have to buy one of his store picks, which store picks are bangers. They were just awesome bottles.
And you know what else happened tonight? We got
What?
a new guest coming on our show here coming up.
Yeah.
And Cyrus Mason from Fort Smith area. He's a moonshiner as well. And Scott Bryant said, hey, Cyrus would love to be on the show. And I'm like, hey, we'd love to have him. So
Absolutely.
maybe we can I'll reach out to you, Cyrus, tomorrow, or you reach out to me and I'll send you some dates. And who knows, maybe we can play some sort of little moonshine game when we do it in May, when we bring back Randy from Stillworks and Brewing.
with
Yeah, I
Moonshine
saw-
Mayhem.
I saw Randy in the comments at the start of the show, so it was good to see him
Yeah.
in the comments. Had a great time last week on the interview.
We may have to change our name from the Bourbon Legends to the Moonshine Legends.
Well, I mean, it all starts as moonshine. It's just not,
That's all the,
Yeah.
it's terminology, right?
That's all it is. It's all about taxes. That's all it is.
I mean, after last week's show, I'm kind of interested in getting my own little still and playing around a little bit.
Well, hey, there you go. And Cyrus, I know Cyrus sells them, so we could get you set up probably there.
Yeah.
Or hell, I may have one or two hanging around.
Four, something.
Yeah, you never know.
Who knows?
Donut
never
makers. Donut makers.
donut makers.
Donut makers,
I know. I'm
that's
really
right.
starting to get the itch again. I need to get my shop cleaned up so I need to smell that fermentation flowing through the air.
There's a couple of guys here that would come and help you if you let us know. But I know you don't want help. But we will come and help you with the distillation.
The speakeasy is done. I think this weekend will be, I think I can get all my bottles categorized, and then I can get my rest of my shop cleaned out to where it looks presentable. And then I can have this crawfish boil. We can come over and I got some really cool things I want to do with this speakeasy. I can't give out the details yet. My wife was like, how come you won't let Roger and them come over? And I'm like, I don't want to let them see it as a work in progress. I want to see their eyes when they see this through my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get excited. And if you don't get excited, well, then you'll never be invited back. So.
Will, we've lost your voice.
Me or who?
Will has gone. Will has gone.
Will got so excited he
gone.
Got to get a new mic. The battery died.
Oh,
You
okay.
sound good now.
That sounds much better.
Got to get a new mic because the battery died.
See, Chill will get excited occasionally. You know, he's Chill Will Rocco. And just so a little highlight here in the middle of the show to say, if you want to go to a YouTube channel that'll guarantee you very little to no content, you could subscribe to Chill Will Rocco on YouTube.
That's right.
And
You won't
I can
be
guarantee
bothered with constant notifications.
No.
You won't be bothered with requests to like anything. You won't be bothered with any content whatsoever. So there it is.
But if you do join it and he gets to 100, we're going to give away something. He gets to 100 subscribers, we're going to give away something.
Just I thought like that ship had already sailed. I thought that ship already sailed.
No.
We're going to give. Oh, I think Roger's saying he's going to give away something.
I'm going to give away something from Craig's Speakeasy.
Craig, yeah, something.
So a garter bell, you know, something. Yeah. I don't know.
No garter belts. I will show you this.
So I got to get 44 more subscribers for you to give something away then.
Okay. Yeah,
if
44.
you are lucky enough to get invited to my speakeasy, you know, I always have to have a theme for every damn thing I do. And this wasn't really my idea. This was my sister-in-law's idea, which, by the way, she wants to come on our show one night and talk about the worst things to do with whiskey, like the time you got really, really shitty drunk on, for her case, was wild turkey, and she can't drink it anymore. So I'm like, that would be a good show topic. But
yeah,
she says, if I'm coming over to your speakeasy, I think you need matches. And I'm like, matches like you're facing my ass? And she's like, no, like real matches.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see that, but it's so the name of my speakeasy is going to be M. Bowden's Hidden Key Speakeasy.
Nice.
You can go home with your own set of matches.
Boys and girls, you've seen it here first. No one else has been allowed inside the Hidden Key. We have a preview. And you know what? I think what will happen is at some point in the Bourbon Legends, we're going to do a live from the Hidden Key.
I think we'll
have to.
You know
Crib
what?
Style.
We're working
Crib
on that.
Style.
I would love to get out of my kitchen and get into a proper place. Hey, I want to talk with Scott here. Listen to this. He says, let's talk about my apple brandy. Hell yeah, let's talk about it, baby. All right, 10 gallons of water, 2 gallons of apple juice, 16 pounds of mixed apples, and 24 pounds of sugar. What kind of yeast are you using there, Scott? Are you using like Red Star, or do you have a specialty yeast? I'm just curious because, you know, a guest that we've tried to get on the show and we weren't successful, and we should try again, is Pat. Help me out, Roger. Pat. Dr. Pat Heights.
German. It's German.
Heights.
There you go.
Granddaddy yeast, he says. Check out firmsolutions.com. Lots of opportunities there.
Is Granddaddy
18 to 22%?
Is Granddaddy yeast like a brand of yeast, or is that like what his granddaddy passed down? I mean, that would be a pretty interesting story if it's a yeast strain that you had in your family for a while.
It's mainly called daddy yeast. It's just it's probably not from his granddaddy, but
yeah. But I mean, that would make a really interesting story if it was, you know, because you could say you passed it down from generation to generation, you know, because that's what they used to do, right? They used to keep a liquid yeast from the batch before, and you just always had that. You know, you didn't have yeast in
Hey, Eagle for us. Good to see you, buddy. Hey, be sure, guys, all you new friends to our show, be sure and go and like and subscribe.
Yeah,
please.
That'd be great.
Oh, Scott says Granddaddy yeast on eBay. Now, technically when you're making anything, bread starter. It's amazing that so many people can start their own bread starter just from the natural yeast that's floating in your air. That's one thing I can't do. I can't make a bread starter. Every time I've tried, it just never gets going. It'll work for 4 or 5 days, and then it just peters out. I'm glad I don't have that problem in the still house, but so there's natural yeast on anything, right? Grapes, berries, whatever. It's just, the thing that they've done now is people have taken their yeast strains for certain flavors or, alcohol, percentages, because, it's just like anything. You breed a dog for certain traits. You can breed yeast. I don't know if that would be the correct terminology, but, to get higher alcohol levels or whatever and things like that. So, a lot of people just use, bread yeast to make beer or to make, any kind of fermented spirits.
Well, and a lot of those beer makers will do like a seasonal brew where they allow the wild yeast to get in the vat, which is kind of risky because you don't know what flavors you're going to get, right? So you don't know until it's done if it's going to be good or not.
See, that's the whole thing about home distilling, though. It's bad because you may get something in there that's really good and then you can't ever replicate it. Or it could be bad. I guess it just depends. But like if you're Wild Turkey, of course, you're wanting the same profile on everything.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's what's exciting about it. I mean, there's been times where I've made a 50-gallon batch, and I've had 2 50-gallon batches going at the same time, cooling down overnight, and I'm going to pitch the yeast in the morning, and I come in there and one of them's going, bubbling like hell and fermenting, and it's like, why did you start and you didn't? And now what's it going to taste like? Is this going to be better or worse?
Yeah. When I was a kid, my dad was, he was all about the process, and he planted muscadines and wanted to make his own wine, and he had 5-gallon buckets with, a piece of tubing going into a jar of water and all that stuff. He made multiple batches, and some of it was, like paint remover. It was just awful. But he finally got a batch that was good, and he bottled it and put it up, and he never made another batch. He just wanted to see the process. And once he got the process done to where it was good, that was good enough for him. He was finished.
He was ready to move on, huh?
Ready to move on to something else.
I can respect that. I have a lot of hobbies where I start and then I think I perfect it and then I move on. That's the thing about making whiskey, though.
Yeah, I tell you,
can't really tell what it's going to taste like. I mean, if you're doing like me and aging it for so long. I like this question, though. It's like we're turning into a moonshine channel, but that's okay. Started making donuts, wondering about fermentation in cold climates. Can I duct tape a couple of heat mats? Well, first of all, how big is your batch? That means a lot. If you're doing a 5-gallon batch, that's probably acceptable. If you're doing a 50-pound or 50-gallon batch, that's probably not going to work. I'll tell you, for a 50-gallon batch, an aquarium heater works very, very well. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, that makes
5-gallon batch, it's probably going to be overkill on it, but.
Well, even if you maybe made some kind of enclosure. So if you were doing like a 5-gallon batch and you put a heat lamp close by, that might be enough just to keep the temperature where the yeast is comfortable.
Absolutely. In the years past, before I figured out the aquarium heater, I would take foam board, like foam insulation, and I made a 3-sided, 4-sided, I guess, 2 sides, a back, and a top.
Yeah.
And then I took an infrared heater and shot it in, that you can buy the foam board that's already got the silver lining on it.
Yeah. The reflective. Yeah.
And that would keep it way warm enough. And I would actually have to go out, depending on the temperature at night, I may have to move the heater element, farther away because I didn't want it to get too hot. There's that sweet spot that you want. Okay, Eagle says he's doing a 6-gallon batch. Yeah, I would probably try that first. Although, let's face it, if you're doing a 6-gallon batch, why don't you just bring it inside your house and set it in a bathtub? Like you got a spare bathroom, set it in a bathtub. If it was to overflow, it could go down in there. You could do that. But
Make sure
your
you
house
vent it.
Yeah, well, I open air ferment everything. I don't even put airlocks on it anymore.
Well, I mean, you're going to distill it out anyway, right? So
that's right. Like Scott was saying, aquarium heater and a floor mat. That's exactly right. That's the whole beauty of doing this, though, is there's so many ways. I think I said this with Randy last week, the skin a cat. There's a lot of different processes that will work. I know Randy, he does have he does small batches, and he puts a heating mat around it, and that's how he keeps it warm. He's also got a dedicated room for fermentation, like he said last week. So, but yeah.
Hey, Eagle keeps his house like I like mine.
What's that?
Eagle keeps his temperature down there like I like mine. I like it.
He's down in the 60s.
I like it. Yeah, let's keep it cold around here.
I like it cool too until I get sick like this week, and then I was sleeping in a pair of long johns and socks and everything else because I was.
You just throw on an extra blanket. Get a nice fleece blanket and throw that on top.
Scott, what are you doing? 46 gallons of what?
46 gallons of donuts. That's a lot of donuts.
86 quarts last year, 8-gallon pot, 15 cases. I did last year. I did 106 gallons of that I put up in barrels. I don't know. I probably did close to 150, 170 maybe gallons total. Not for sure. Mountain brandy.
What's a mountain brandy? We got to know that now. You got to give us more information, Scott. Roger, what do you think about all this?
I love it. We got
blue corn and figs.
I love
red
figs.
Corn and apples. So wow, that's interesting. When I've made brandies, I've just made pure. No corn added. It was just pure fruit, no grains. But I did like what Randy was saying last week, though, about making your bourbon mash, your fermentation, and then adding the fruit in on top of it. That's something I've never done. I would like to try that. Just not for an alcohol boost, but just for a flavor boost. So.
Is that
look at here? Is mountain brandy like Rocky Mountain oysters?
I don't think so.
I mean, they do have the crab trap that we've talked about, and now we found out earlier this week that they not only make crab trap whiskey, they also make it out of beaver and venison flavored. Yeah.
Again,
that beaver castor is in like your imitation vanilla flavoring and stuff like that.
Oh, that's right. That is beaver.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. When I need vanilla, I go out and I just get it right out of the barrel.
Get the real stuff,
Hold on a second. I might have some little bottles of vanilla.
So that's
here.
Donna says why exactly?
Well,
why?
Because it's cheaper than vanilla beans. Maybe I don't know. Beavers.
Yeah,
beavers
when's the last time you saw a beaver?
When's the last time I saw a beaver? There's some in the lake down there the other day by the dam. They were down there by the damn dam. Got some big fat beavers down by the damn dam.
So I like making brandy. Every year I make at least one batch of brandy. I've made a peach brandy. I've made cherry brandy this year.
Blackberry.
No, I haven't made blackberry. I think that's going to be this year. Is I'm going to
Should
do
be
a
next.
blackberry brandy.
Whoa, wait a minute. Roger's sleeping half the day is wearing off. He yawned. Pumpernickel.
Pumpernickel. The problem about making brandy that I've found is finding enough fruit. I mean, if I'm only making 5 gallons, that'd be one thing. But hell, I don't do anything little. I do damn 50 gallons. It's hard to come up with that much fruit.
Yeah, and it's all hard to leave it open. The top open on the fermenter.
Actually, I lied. I actually lied. I usually my brandies. I usually only do 30-gallon batches. So because of the fruit.
Justin, you're right. He does not have the Ric Flair energy anymore. It's
all right,
faded
you
fast.
want me to go back to it? Because I've been slowing
Bring it
down
back.
these guys. You want me to go there? You want me to go
Bring
there?
it back.
You want me to jet sitting, high flying, Ric Flair? Woo!
Oh my lords, my loins.
To drinking bourbon. Cheers, everybody.
Mhm.
Everybody grab a glass, put it up,
Cheers.
and say cheers. And no matter
Cheers,
what
I
you
just-
like or how you like it, the main thing is just drink it. Simple.
So I got
Yeah.
to pour something else now. What else are we going to drink?
Well, I tell you what I did while we were talking to Anthony. I just killed that little bitty bottle of Jack.
This one.
Sweet Mash,
That
the
one.
one that we need them to make more of.
That's a good one.
That was
I'll
the
tell
best.
you how good
I've
that
ever
one
had.
is. This was the one that got me in trouble on New Year's Day.
Is that
Oh,
the
it
one that
did.
made you buy the King of Kentucky?
No,
No,
that's
made
the
him
one
drink
that.
the
That's
King
the
of
one that
Kentucky.
made my feet not work correctly.
Yeah, it made the wall become closer than it normally is.
You know, it happens.
smells
I
great.
mean, I'm not proud of it, but day
Not
drinking is what always messes me up.
You know, somebody that's not been on here tonight, that it's his fault, is Mike Brock. If Mike Brock's out there, it's probably his fault that we did day drinking.
Probably so, yeah.
No, I think it's pretty much my fault we did day drinking.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm usually the one that says, anybody want a day drink? I know something I haven't drank in a while. When it's pretty sad that when you had all that floor whiskey like I had, and I started categorizing it and putting it in my shelving, and I'm like, son of a bitch, I've got 4 open bottles of Woodford Double Oak that's open. But I always want to go back to the Woodford Double Oak. It's only 90 proof, but damn, I like that stuff. It's so good.
So how many bottles of 107 Antique do you have?
Yeah.
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 I think you said you were up to like 7 or something like that.
Yeah. We need to come do some inventory with you. We need to.
Yeah, we gotta. I'm telling you, we gotta be invited to the Hidden Key
Mhm.
first, so we can help with the inventory.
Tracy, I hear you. If day drinking continues into the evening, my next morning's got a lot slower. I hear you, hon.
Hey,
what
Tracy,
happens.
sometimes it's good to be slow, because multitasking is not a good thing. As long as you're singularly focused, and that's the only thing you can focus on is one thing at a time, apparently that's better for you. You're not supposed to multitask like Craig does all the time.
I'm planning on tomorrow being slow.
Mm.
So you know what
you
that
off work
means.
tomorrow? You
Yes.
off work tomorrow?
Yes.
And hell, I got to work.
And you haven't called me?
Donna says,
Well,
Craig, you and I have been drinking a couple of hours. That's right, Donna. We did. I'm going to blame you for that damn King of Kentucky.
What you want to do? What you want to do tomorrow, Roger? What you want to do?
I don't know. You know, it is my pre-birthday eve. So, I think we got to eat some good food, or at least do something that has bad intentions or portions or something.
Sounds like y'all need to go to the bar in the middle of the day.
You know what? I think we need to go to O'Malley's and send him pictures of it, and we'll get Craig, the Colonel, to show up at
If
O'Malley's.
y'all go to O'Malley's, you know that's only a block. That's walking distance from work.
So what time you get off work, Craig? Huh?
Tomorrow, maybe I could get off early.
So you just you go ahead and put that wild turkey board in your truck when you head to work tomorrow. And me and Roger might be in the area.
Oh
We might
Lord!
be in the area.
We might be in the
I'll
area.
put that wild turkey in my truck.
We won't go to the
There you
Hidden
go.
Key. We won't go to the Hidden Key because we know that's not available at this point.
Oh, it's
'Cause
so.
we got to see it.
It's so close. It's just
So close, you can taste it.
It's so close, folks. We can taste it.
I mean, if I would have got off my lazy butt today when I got home, I could have been 2 hours ahead and just started putting more of my. That's the thing right now. I'm categorizing all of my liquor. I went through only drams and I deleted everything off of it, and now I'm starting back. And so I want to make sure I have everything on there so that way I can make myself sick when I see how many bottles I actually have.
Well, I got to drink some more. So what am
Like
I
a lot of
drinking now?
people, I get caught up, and I did get caught
Pour-
up pretty early.
Pour that
on.
with me, Roger. You got some of that left?
Hold on. Yep.
Pour some
I
of
got
that
some
with
of
me.
that. I got some of that. Oh.
That is a good bottle. Thank you, Marty. If Marty's watching tonight, thanks for.
I haven't
hooking us
Marty
up.
I haven't
McCormick.
seen Marty. I saw T earlier, but I ain't seen Marty. So
Party Marty. Here we
Justin,
go.
Justin,
Marty.
do you think that I could start an OnlyFans page? Because I mean, if I could get more income coming in, that means the more I could buy. Do you think anybody would want to join my page to look at my? They were making fun of my handlebar mustache earlier, and I'm like, it actually grows that way. It's like,
I think somebody'd look at your feet probably.
All right, boys and
Ooh.
girls, get on your emails, send them out to Jack Daniels, and tell them they need to make more of the
Make
sweet
more.
mash.
Make more.
Make more.
how
of
come
this,
your
make
how
this
come
a
your
regular
label
product.
looks yellow and not white like mine?
Because mine's been yellered. I have a yellow tint to my screen, so it makes me look white or yellow or something.
Roger may have peed on his bottle.
I peed on it.
He
You know, I
might
got
got
like
drunk
3 more
one night,
bottles
peed
over
on his
there.
bottle.
Somebody's got 3 more bottles over there. What
I
about
know
you?
one. I just
does?
know one thing. I did not realize how lucky I was to get so many bottles of the Elijah Craig C923. Holy crap!
Oh yeah. How many?
So-
last time I checked, you were at 4 or 5.
Do we need to do some trading?
Somewhere.
What do you want?
Somewhere.
What do you want,
I
Craig?
don't know. That's the thing. Like you'll never see it again. It's like the Wild Turkey Jimmy 70th
The
anniversary
70th
Jimmy
anniversary,
batch.
yeah.
I was so happy to find out I had like 4 or 5 of them. I'm like, yes, I still have that many.
I'm sad.
Once
I only have
again, Will is sad and disappointed.
I mean,
Hey,
I've got one.
we've got 24 people that are live right now. Shoot us some questions, like something that you've always wanted to know, or something. You know, we'll make up if we need to. We're just winging this show.
We'll bullshit our way through it. So
Yeah, we are winging this show, and I'm liking winging it.
I
I don't like all those, kind
The
of
one
makes
flap
it
down.
hard. It makes it hard on this end, trying to figure out what's the next question going to be. Do I need to highlight somebody, or do I need to, but other than that, it really went pretty good.
I run the bases with one arm tucked like this and do the Jeffrey Leonard. Most people don't know who Jeffrey Leonard was.
I don't know.
He
who
played
Jeffrey Leonard.
He was an outfielder for the San Francisco Giants, and he used to do the one flap down when he hit a home run. And people used to hate it. I'm like, I don't understand. He just put an arm close to his body. What the hell?
Tracy Tamworth, is that not the one that makes the crab whiskey and all that? Okay. Here's a question. Justin wants to know, what's the number in our logo? 107.
107. That's our
Like,
favorite proof.
as in Weller 107.
Our favorite proof.
Which musketeer does Craig resemble?
D'Artagnan.
D'Artagnan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
D'Artagnan.
Okay.
But that's because I can't remember the names of the other twos.
Oh, Protheus.
Tracy says
D'Artagnan.
they've got a bottle, for example, that uses maple syrup tapped from trees next to a graveyard.
Nah, that just
Okay.
sounds like some kind of sales pitch thing, you know. It's just a gimmick.
See, there she says they make a lot of odd stuff. Hell yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
And they're selling odd stuff to people who are curious.
Like
Yeah,
us.
who are curious. Because I don't want one that tastes like beaver. I'm sorry. I don't even know what beaver tastes like.
That was only
yeah.
for video effect.
It's
You
a
just said
it's a
beaver
family
twice.
show. It's a family show, guys.
A family show. That's
So
right.
I'll just throw this out there. Who's excited? Who's excited about this being the 250th anniversary of America? America.
I mean, yeah. Why
America.
not, right?
Hell
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
I am.
Give me some fireworks, man.
Man,
Throw me some
hell yeah.
fireworks.
I want some fireworks. I can't wait.
I mean, I'm gonna come up there and help you put all that together.
I want to be at the fireworks show for sure. I don't care what else is going on.
To be in that number.
I want to be there. I want to be
Saints
there.
Go marching. Look at Brian Hughes. America, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That fireworks show gives me something to live for, Craig. I'll just tell you that.
That
right
fireworks show this year is going to be so big, it's going to make this shit going over in Iran nothing.
now. Can I
It's gonna
push
be
the
what?
button? Can I push the
Epic.
button?
I need to get a button. That's for sure.
He just runs up there with a torch and lights it, and then runs away, and then Renee goes.
I thought he had a button last. Did he have some kind of button or something?
I
last
did
year?
for the grand finale, a button.
Yeah.
He had a button for the grand finale.
And then I ended
But
up not
Renee had
using
to
it.
be. Renee was panicked when he went over there to light the original part of it because
Mm-hmm.
it did sort of scare the hell out of me because you see 3 trailers full of fireworks and Craig running up to them with a flare.
If you're a professional like me, you call them pyrotechnics.
Pyrotechnics.
Pyrotechnics, yeah.
Hold on a second. All I remember is somebody showing up there going, hey Santa, what are you doing? Oh,
Use a flame. Brian says, use a flamethrower. I got something up my sleeve this year, something new, something different.
hold on.
Not a flamethrower?
Hold on a second. Wait a second. Flamethrower. I like that idea.
That's something.
So are you going to get the kid to play the Star Spangled Banner on the guitar again?
No, probably not. That was
No, that
last
was
year.
pretty
I got to
cool.
do something. I got to do something different. Maybe. I mean,
How about-
maybe he will.
How about
I mean-
Eddie Vedder? We can get Eddie Vedder.
You know, me and Eddie are buddies. Remember that
Well, I
story,
know.
right?
You and Eddie are
Yeah, well,
go
tell that
back a
story
long
again.
way.
'Cause- So I bet
Y'all
there's
really
people
want me
here
to
who
tell
haven't heard
that
one.
story? Oh God.
Yeah, tell that story again. Yeah.
So
Tell
I
that
was
story
fortunate
again.
enough. I was fortunate enough to go to
Story
the
time
World
with Santa. Get your
Series.
blankets. Everybody get your
Oh.
blankets.
I don't have one, but
Hold on.
Get your blankets. Story time with Santa.
I'm
This
back.
is an
I'm
old
coming,
hey,
I'm
this
coming.
is
I got my blanket.
For everybody that doesn't know, this is an old Discord bit.
Well, we
where
gotta
we
have
would
you
get
have
on
to have a blanket.
Discord, and Santa would tell a
Santa.
story. Everybody had to get their blankets.
that's right.
Everybody ready?
Okay. Y'all ready?
Let us know if you're ready.
So I
out
was fortunate
Let's go.
enough to get to go to Chicago to go to the Chicago Cubs since Cleveland Indians World Series game, and I had to go take a squirt like in the 4th inning or something, and went to the John, and I came back, and everybody was like looking at me like as I was coming down the concourse, and I'm like, hey, yeah. So I went and I sat down in the seat, and my wife is like, "Hey, did you see Eddie Vedder during the halftime? You know, not halftime, during the inning between the innings?" And I'm like, "No, I was in the John." She goes, "He's setting one row behind you. And I'm like, bullshit. And she's like, yeah. So I turned around, and sure enough, it was Eddie Vedder. He was one row behind me, not right behind me, but one row. So there was a row between Eddie and me. Well, anyway, something happened during the game, and you know how everybody starts cheering and you're like giving high fives and stuff. And I turned around and he looked at me and he's like, with his fist out, you know, and he's like, come on, man, give it to me. So like, you know, I fist fucked him, as I called it. And now I go around, I tell everybody I fist fucked Eddie Vedder.
Oh, that's terrible. That's
But
terrible.
the good thing about it was, the thing that I thought was cool about it was I had better seats than Eddie Vedder at the World Series. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Eddie didn't know he was meeting the Colonel Craig.
well,
M.
at the
Bowden
time,
Bourbon
at the
Santa.
time, I wasn't a colonel. I was just regular old Craig M. Bowden Bourbon Santa.
Yeah, but you were Santa. You were Santa first.
I was Santa. Yeah, I was Santa. Did you kiss? No, I didn't kiss him.
No,
I
he
just
didn't
fisted
kiss him.
Just fisted him, man. Come on. I mean, look, I bet you haven't fisted him, Scott. I'm not going to kiss. No, that's too intimate.
Isn't it scary that I remember the story of Eddie Vedder?
I think it's cool. I think Eddie Vedder probably wrote a song about it. He's like, alone at a ball game, fist fucked by Colonel Craig and Bowden Santa.
Oh, this is great. Hey, this is great right here,
Fit
guys.
the teacher's breast.
This is classic material, boys and girls. You could say you were here when
Santa told the story. Santa's got other stories, but they're not appropriate for you.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell the blackbird and the cardinal's mouth story.
No,
You can't. No.
No, and we're real close. We're like 70 watch hours from being monetized. So then I can't say the F word or anything like that.
You can't say shit.
No, YouTube will be watching us really, really close then.
That's right.
Here's a little thing. If you've got friends out there that haven't watched our show yet, tell them to go on and watch it for like 2 hours, even if they just turn it on and don't watch it. Just get some hours so that we can get to 3,000 watch hours, and then you know what's going to happen?
We'll get 50 cents.
More of us. We're going to see more of us. We're going to be out there.
We'll get 50 cents.
50 cents. Okay, yeah, we get 50 cents.
I think once we get monetized, Roger should come on here and be dressed up like a wrestler.
Ooh, with the Lucha Libre
with the mask.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Can I get the Mexican mask? Yeah, Donna.
That's a show idea one night.
See, here's Donna. Donna, I drank bourbon with Javier Ortiz last year at Fenway Park in the owner's bar during the Red Sox Pirates game. I mean,
can't get any better than that.
Yeah, you can. I drink
Big Poppy.
I drink bourbon with Big Poppy. Bourbon Santa, the Colonel Craig M. Bowden. It doesn't get any bigger than that. And drinking with Roger Randall, it don't get any bigger than that.
You know what's the best place for us to drink at?
At Roger's house?
No, top floor of what?
Oh, a parking garage. Top floor.
Parking garage on the top floor.
That's right.
Boys and girls, if you haven't done it yet, you got to do it.
And then Will and I, we drink at the bar. We drank all those bottom pours. Remember?
That's right.
You've been to the high with Roger, and you've been to the low with me.
But that was an epic night because we sat there and had a great time. Spent very little money on some stuff that was decent and some stuff that was garbage.
It's better than spending a lot of money on stuff that's garbage. I can tell you
that's
that.
true. Mm-hmm.
And then some of that stuff that was garbage that we tasted that night ends up not being so bad. Ends up being the fact that the bottle might have been sort of.
Yeah, the Jackson Purchase. We need to come back and have a correction. You know,
revisit that.
Like when the newspaper writes something wrong, and then have to come back. And
what are you saying, Craig?
We had it over in Clarksville at our Friday night bottle share.
Uh-huh.
And it actually wasn't. It wasn't great,
acetone.
But it wasn't acetone.
So you think that bottle was just bad then, huh?
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
I
that
said,
was a
it
hedge
wasn't
bottle.
great. It wasn't great. I mean, it's probably what, like 3 or 4 year juice. I mean, that's what it
Yeah,
tastes
3 or
like to
4 year
me.
juice that they didn't.
But no, it
Again,
was not
folks,
nasty. Acetone.
quality
Nasty.
control, quality control, quality control. Don't release something from your brand new distillery that's shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
will drink it.
Scott says he lived in Clarksville, Tennessee. Did you ever go to Old Glory, or was that before Old Glory's time in Clarksville?
Because, we could always have another bottle share or get together at Old Glory.
Yeah, we might have to when we finally get our bottles in.
Yeah.
I got to holler at Matt. Because since I didn't get to go with y'all, I'm gonna go over.
See,
for
Matt
a
might even be
private-
on here tonight.
Matt might be on here. That's why I roll my eyes like when we get our bottles in.
I'm gonna
Matt
go
Carter,
over
if
for
you're
a
on
private,
here, just say
a private experience.
you're getting a private experience.
A
That
private,
sounds like
I
something
mean,
you do.
like
at
a private massage experience.
Yeah,
That sounds
I mean,
like something
hey,
you do at
I'm
the
good
Hippo
with that.
Club.
Okay, I'm going to have to say something here. Talking
Say
about a
it.
private experience.
Say it.
I
Say it.
have never had a massage. Have you guys ever had a massage?
So does it count
I
when
have.
you go to the hair salon and they massage your head when they're washing your hair?
No, I'm talking about like you live in Hot Springs Village.
Well, don't tell everybody.
It was last year. You remember, Will, when Daniel and all of us came over, and
Yeah.
and Daniel wanted us to go get a massage and a medi pedi and all that bullshit. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't want some old black man named Sal rubbing on me. Hell no.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, you
but-
might have liked it. Who knows?
You never know. You might like
I've
it.
been thinking about it. So there's a place that's next door to where I get my hair cut, and the lady that cuts my hair says the lady that does the massages is excellent. So might give it a try.
I mean, I guess I'm just missing out. I mean, I'm looking here. Donis is 2 to 3 times a week. Scott says they love massages. Tracy, I'm with you. Not from a stranger. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't need
Hey.
Saul over there. Like,
Hey, look, guys and gals, look. You got to live a little, right? Okay. You got to live a little. You got to step outside of your comfort zone from time to time, and you got to experience new things. Okay. So, having been through what I've been through in my life and some of the things I'm about to go through again, y'all got to live a little. Okay. So,
I still don't
get out
think
there and do it.
I still don't think I want somebody named Saul. rubbing-
Okay. Well, okay. What about me? I'll come give you a massage, Craig. How about that?
Well,
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll sit
for
there
you,
and
for
smack
you,
on your
yeah,
back or whatever.
I would
whatever.
I'd let you do it.
Hold on a second. You won't pass Marshall with me, but you'll let him give you a massage?
Did you just say Marshall? What happened to
Marshmallows.
Marshmallow.
Yeah,
No,
you
I'm
won't
not-
spit marshmallows from
Marshall
your mouth
had
to Roger's
babies.
mouth.
What has happened to Marshall? Where did Marshall
and
go?
his wife, they had babies.
They got
I know,
kids,
but-
Craig.
They got
I know,
multiple.
but he could at least
There's
come on
two.
and say hi ever so often. Gosh.
No, that's what happens when you have 2 kids.
When you have kids, you don't remember because your kids are grown, but
I know.
you know how it is.
I just
You
miss
kinda-
I miss Sippy Cup and I miss that picture on the wall.
That picture's long gone.
It's gone, Craig. You gotta move on. I know it makes you sad, but you gotta move on.
Yeah. Oh well.
Speaking of moving on, I'm going to go back to what I started with tonight. So,
There you go. Martin Cox says he would rather have a stranger give him a massage than someone I know.
you know, Martin Cox, I think you're right about that. I mean, let's just go ahead and throw it out there. You know, you're going to have somebody that you know rubbing all over you, and then you don't get anything out of it, or just go get a massage, make it a transaction, and go home, right?
See, I look at it though like going to the hospital. So, like one time when I was younger, and I had kind of seen this girl a little bit, but not a lot, but just a little bit.
Oh boy,
And
here we go.
anyway, nothing got serious, but I had a really bad bout of kidney stones and I had to go to the hospital. And so, I'm laying there with that little gown on and I'm pretty much exposed to the whole world. And they come in to do an x-ray and I'm laying there and I have my eyes closed, I'm in pain. And I hear this voice say, "Hello, Craig."
Oh boy.
And I'm like, that voice sounds familiar. And I opened my eyes and it was that girl. And she was getting ready to get down in there, and I was like, oh, I was so embarrassed. But I hurt so bad, I didn't really give a shit at that point.
Hey, I mean, it's just part of the job, right? Everybody's got a job, and that's part of it.
So.
But I think Tony Martin wants to get back to moonshine or whiskey or donuts or something. So why don't you pull that question or that comment up?
I age clear corn liquor, a friend's family recipe, half-gallon mason jars using 40-year oak blanks that I custom cut to fit and char it heavy. 1 month of aging, it's dark. 12 months of aging, it's a yellow thumbs up. That sounds good.
So is that just because it's a smaller volume and you've got enough surface area on the blank to make it age quickly?
Yeah.
The only thing that I can say about aging liquor in a jar is
don't get it on fire.
That can happen too. You don't get that you don't really get that interaction of the whiskey with the actual barrel, and you don't get that angel share. Because there's something about, think about it. There's something about the angel share that is pulling out liquid.
So that's making your
concentrating the flavors,
Yeah, it's making your proof go up. So with this, if it's sealed in a mason jar, if it's sealed, then you're not going to lose that angel share. You're not going to change the proof, but you're just going to extract some of the flavors from the oak, maybe.
Yeah, you would. And, I've done it and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. There's a reason why in Kentucky they age bourbon in big barrels for X amount of years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If otherwise they'd be putting it in damn glass jars and what is that one brand called? Oaken? Is it
Oaken Eden? Yeah, that has spires in the bottles. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I tried to buy some of that, and Roger won't let me buy it.
Nope.
Yeah,
he won't let me buy the $2.91 either. I don't know why.
Not allowed. Not allowed.
Oaken Eden. That's right, Brian.
A little. Marshall Coleman says, "I am alive, and we are alive. We just have 2 kids."
Yeah. They're busy, Craig.
Well, I'm friends with Alyssa on Facebook. I see what their cute little kids are doing. They have cute little kids.
So back to this discussion then, if you upscale that to a 256-gallon stainless steel tote and you throw a bunch of charred oak boards in there, are you essentially doing the same thing as you are in a mason jar? Because you're not losing any angel share.
You are, but I'm saying you're not getting that interaction of it going in the oak, out of the oak, leaving the impurities, if you will, in the char level. I don't know. There is a whole science that I don't think a lot of people have even scratched the surface on what barrel aging does. Talking about a rabbit hole you can go down. Think about, I think when we were at, was it at Jim Beam? Is that where we were at? I think. Is that the one where we tasted the liquor from the bottom shelf?
Yeah, that was Jim Beam. Yeah, because it's all the same distillate.
Yeah, just think about when somebody, when they make a barrel, that wood, that white oak it could come from Arkansas. It could come from Missouri. It could come from, Tennessee, the Appalachians, wherever. Just the nuances off of that wood, whether it was grown on the north side of a hill or the south side of the hill or in wet soil, sandy soil. I mean, all that is going to impart something on it that is hard to replicate now. And I just don't think that they even understand it. Buffalo Trace had what did they call it? The single oak project, which was basically a barrel made from a single oak tree, as opposed to when you get a regular barrel, there's no telling how many oak trees went into making that barrel.
Yeah,
because it's not matched together.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been from 20 different trees. I mean, who knows?
Right.
yeah.
Most of the time, it's probably from close to the same stave from the same
Hey, it's Marshall.
Marshall. My ears were burning. No, nobody mentioned you at all, Marshall.
No, we did. We love you, brother. You're great. You're raising the youth of our country.
That's right.
So Tony, I'm kind of intrigued about this mason jar aging. I mean, I'm glad you brought it up and we were able to talk about it a little bit. So, I don't know where you're at, but maybe Craig will give me a bottle of his donuts and I can try it out and see what happens.
Well, I think Tony ought to send us a bottle and we should try it on our Moonshine May show.
We can do that.
Moonshine
Mayhem.
Mayhem.
When are we actually doing that in May? Does anybody know?
Sometime in May. I don't know.
Sometime in May. Sometime in May. Oh, Tony's in Tennessee.
Oh,
so yeah, there we go.
Yeah, hell, he's a neighbor. He's a neighbor.
But the only problem is Tennessee is real short and long. So depending on what part of Tennessee, he could be really close or really far away.
You know what? I don't think UPS really gives a crap how long it is.
That's true. They don't care.
No, and I don't care. I'll drive all the way to Lincoln, Tennessee, and come back. I don't care.
Yeah, because you're retired. You got time.
I tell you what, I like Gatlinburg area. That's
Hey,
that's
Brian,
really nice over there.
Brian, we got as many days as we want. Don't limit us to 31 days. We got as many days as we want.
Yeah, but you know what? We only have 4 Thursdays. So we might have to make we may have to make the Mayhem show a one-off. We may have to do this on a Tuesday night or something.
I mean, whatever we're going to do.
No.
Look here. I will send you a couple of handshakes. There you go. I like that idea.
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
Maybe we could get Cyrus to send us some, and maybe Randy could send us some, and I could bring some, and we could really do this and actually use real moonshine and not that crap that we bought called Old Smoky.
Hey, Brian, I said sometime in May. I didn't say which May. There's a lot of Mays, between now and forever.
Jesus, guys, we went over 2 hours, and I said we weren't going to go that long.
Yeah, we said we weren't going to do that, but people seem to be having a good time, and so whatever you want to do.
It seems like we're having a better time than what we did. So,
you're more lively. You're alive. You've got blood pressure.
I know, and I started out with this old turd brown color. Let's change this to something bright and cheery.
Scott wants us to do Moonshine Mayhem this May.
Oh, this May.
So I guess we got to do it this May then.
We could probably do that. What would you guys like to see on the Moonshine Mayhem show? Moonshine Mayhem show.
I like the idea of doing some of the moonshine stuff that's marked moonshine, and then trying real moonshine up against it.
Now, are you talking about like White Lightning moonshine, or are you talking about like aged bourbon moonshine?
Well, no. I'm talking about like the
all
flavored ones and flavored things, all those different things.
That sounds like a plan. I know where there's a few barrels.
I know where we can get some apple pie. We can make apple pie.
Is this something that could potentially be done from the speakeasy?
Ooh.
Maybe.
It might, maybe I've got one little issue. I've got to make sure I've got internet out there.
Uh-oh.
That might be the
yeah.
big issue right
Yeah.
now. I have to figure out
Well, we
whether I
just
have
need
to have
to.
a point to PTP or something. I
We
don't know.
just-
If
we
anybody
just
knows
need to run a
anything
cable.
about getting,
We need
Yeah,
to
we
run a
could run a
cable out
cable.
there.
we could do
Run a
that.
cable and then put a Wi-Fi router out there. You know.
Well, they have these things now called PTPs, which is point to point, and then you just set an antenna up on this house and the one there, and it
Well, there
shoots
you go.
a laser beam across there. Might have to do that. So I don't know. Scott says, "Bring Cyrus on, and you will be overloaded with our group sending samples." Oh my God! I know that's what's bad. We get all these samples in. We're going to have to taste them all. We taste them all, and then we're going to get polluted.
We're gonna be like not knowing where our feet are and finding the wall with our face and stuff. And that how that goes, Craig?
End up crying somewhere because
Hey.
because they take your liquor away.
Wait a minute, what happened to Roger? Where'd Roger go?
I don't know. Let's just drop him.
And he muted his mic too, so we can't even hear him taking a leak.
I bet
What's
he
the
went to
fun
the
in that?
bathroom.
He probably did.
James wants in on this. James says he'll come help and drink.
Well, James is local, right?
Yeah, as far as I can remember, he is right down the road. A hip skip and a jump, skipping a jump, and
I'm not going to invite him to your house for you, but I mean, if you wanted to invite him, I'd be okay with it.
I think y'all are going to make me have some poor decisions.
That's what we're here for. We can't hear you, Roger, because you're muted. We can't hear you, Roger. Roger's muted.
The problem is James lives on the other side of Camp Robinson.
Well, how's that a problem?
Well, it's a long trek, longer than it should be. He should be able to drive right through the middle of Camp Robinson and get there.
Well, yeah, but they won't let you do that because it's like a military installation, and you can't just drive through that. You know,
Can't drive through that.
you can't just go through
You
it.
gotta go
You got to
around
go.
it
You got to
or
go
around
up and
it.
around, and
Oh.
or you go down and around the other way.
Okay. All I know is I get to hear their reveille and taps every single day and love it.
Nice,
Do you,
just like being back in Scouts, huh?
do you
Uh-huh.
salute?
Well, I do.
I think on that note, we should salute and sign off of this program tonight. Y'all
Hey, boys and girls.
be on here all night talking, and I know y'all need to get to. Well, Roger don't because he can sleep till noon tomorrow. But I know Will's wanting to come to the bar over here or something.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I get up before noon, I'm okay, right, Roger?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Well, y'all think of me when I'm at work at 7 in the morning. So
Well, we will
Well,
think
we'll-
of you. 'Cause
we'll
we're
think
gonna be
about
calling
you.
you from O'Malley's. Going,
Yeah.
hey Craig, we're at O'Malley's. Here's bread pudding.
Hey, Scott, you're welcome. We appreciate you getting us hooked up with
yeah, Scott with Cyrus.
Cyrus. Yeah.
Cyrus is
Sorry, I
over
went-
there. Cyrus
And-
is over there on he's over at Fort Smith Van Buren area.
Sweet.
I may or may not have chatted with Cyrus before about donut making.
Okay, cool.
And for everybody else out there, thank you for listening tonight. Enjoyed it. If you haven't, like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those things because it
Go
helps.
join the
It really
Facebook
does.
group. Yeah.
Yeah, join our Facebook.
Yeah, we got
group.
a Facebook group, the Bourbon Legends. Join it. We'll fill you
We
with all
actually
kinds
did.
of knowledge.
We actually, I went to Facebook earlier tonight, and we had like 3 more people following. So I think we've cracked
Nice.
200 over there now. So tell all your friends and family that Gomer said, hey, bring them all
Hey,
in. If
you
y'all
want a
want to talk about
t-shirt-
moonshine, we will always talk about moonshine.
Yeah,
if you want a
moonshine's never a
t-shirt,
bad subject.
Just go to the Bourbon Legends Mission and Merch and check that out.
That's
Get
right.
you a T-shirt.
Get you a
I mean, yeah.
t-shirt.
Get you a shirt that says Bourbon Legends, or
That's
Or
right.
get one in Clarksville, Tennessee that says Old Glory.
Old Glory.
Old
Old
Glory.
Glory.
Bourbon.
That's right.
We like Old Glory too. Hell, there's not much that we don't like. You know what I
can
don't
tell
like
you-
though? I don't
I
like
can
to
tell you
hear a
one thing.
fat woman fart.
No, because that's worse than a fat man.
Hey, okay, Jeff. One more time. We've already done it in the show once tonight, but we'll throw it out there one more time. Because Jeff Castle asked for it.
Because he wants it.
So if you want to go to the channel with no content whatsoever, go like and subscribe to Chill Will Rocco's channel. You will not be bothered with notifications. You won't be bothered with content. But Roger said if I get to 100 subscribers, he's going to give something away.
There you go.
So let's see where
Give it
we're
away,
at.
give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
The best channel on YouTube with no content. I mean, there's a little bit there, but don't expect
I like
much.
that though. I like that. I think you should run with that slogan.
I mean, you know.
Hey, and
Hey,
Tracy?
hey, James is
Love you, bro.
confirming
Love
that
you.
there's
Love
no,
you, girl.
no content. Yeah,
James Caldwell, love you, brother.
yeah, absolutely.
I think y'all
And
should invite
Marshall, if
James
you're
to go
still
out
there-
tomorrow, but he has to work. Probably too, like
Well,
me.
hey, you know what, James? You can call out sick. Just call out sick. We'll
Yeah.
meet up at Roger's house and go over to O'Malley's, and we're gonna have some drinks.
Drink, and you know we're gonna
I
have.
will
we're
say,
gonna have
I
some
will
bread
say
pudding.
this though. I will have to say this though. I have to be home tomorrow night because I already promised the family that I would cook fried shrimp and crappie for them. So
That
Sounds like
isn't
we're going to
until what,
Craig's house
5?
for dinner, Roger. I mean, you know, that's what it sounds to me like.
woo.
All right, we've hit 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Let's get the hell
Hey,
out of here.
hey, James wants to know what time we're going, Roger. Tell me what time we're going.
James, you call me in the morning. I'll tell you when we're going. Probably.
Sometime
afternoon.
after lunch. Sometime after
Yeah.
lunch.
I
Afternoon.
will tell you
so-
they have happy hour, but you only get $2 off your drinks. So
Hey, you know what? Tell the governor that you're going to do a half a day tomorrow, James, and that the rest of the day is going to be discussing the issues with constituents of the state of Arkansas.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. You're getting the
do that.
pulse of the electorate.
we try not to talk about politics on the show, but speaking of the governor, did you guys see where she got kicked out of a restaurant?
I
There-
heard
there
that,
is-
yeah.
There is discussion on whether she got kicked out or she got asked to leave, which is a
Same
different
difference. Same difference. If you're a paying customer, unless they're closing up and they're the only people in there, I will tell
Yeah.
you this. I will guarantee you if we go to O'Malley's tomorrow, they will not tell
Kick
us
us
to
out?
leave.
thing. No.
They won't tell us to leave. You know what?
That's
Who
'cause
we
we-
should reach out to? We should reach out to
we're-
Henry Turner too.
That's
Henry
right.
Turner's
That's-
coming
we're the
tomorrow
Bourbon
too.
Legends.
Woo!
You need to hit
Yes.
Henry Turner.
I'm gonna send him
All
a
right.
text right now.
I'm ending the stream, guys. Thanks for watching.
feed.
Please like, please subscribe. We love you all, and even the ones that we don't love, we'll lie to you and tell you we do. So anything for a sub, damn it. No.
Cut the feed. Cut the feed.
Got that
All
feed.
right, guys. Hey,
Hit the button,
be-
Marty.
Be legendary. Cheers. We'll see you next week. I don't know who's going to be on our show, but somebody will be on our show next week. Do you know, Roger, off the top of your head?
No idea.
Do you guys really want to know? I can go look real quick.
No,
Hold
we're
on.
good.
No,
I mean,
hold on. I've already
He's
said it now,
looking.
damn it.
Let's
I
go.
want to know.
Go look. Go look and
I'm
see who
trying
it
to
is.
go look. I'm trying to. Oh, hell. It won't let me look.
He's
All right,
froze
hell
up.
with it.
Just hit the button.
Hell
Just hit
with
the
it.
button.
Bye, everybody. Go
See
Hogs.
y'all. Go Hogs.
Bye.
Go Pig Soup.
Go blue.
God damn, that Yankee had to come out in him, didn't he?
That's
Are you
okay.
gonna
We
end
love
it?
him anyway. We love him anyway.
Bye, Roger.
For the stories we've told of barrels and bottles and whiskey gold, from grain to glass, through fire and flame, every pour's got a legend's name.